Another adulthood shocker that I couldn't even finish that sentence. Your mother was right. Your mother was always right. You know, there's that African saying, proverb, that says that an old man can see so much farther sitting down than a young boy can see standing up. Hey, Sasemi. Hey guys, how are you? Whew, wow. Nakwambia, it's yet another video of me battling with this very hot sun. And so I don't know, I'm trying to, I've cooled down the room as much as I can. If you can hear any like buzzing, nini in the background, just ignore it, because what can we do? Yeah. Welcome to another video. My name is Twîri. Thank you for clicking to watch this. If you are new, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so happy that you're here. And today I will be talking about adulthood shockers. I'm telling you, there are things I just did not anticipate. There are things I didn't see coming. Some things I saw coming, but now that I'm here, they're like, wow, wait, this is real. So yeah, I just will be going over some of the things that I've noticed as I've started my adulthood. I'm in my early 20s now, and there are just things I'm starting to realize as I really get into adulthood. You know, there are some things I'm not experiencing fully because I'm still my parents' child. When I do experience those things, I will come back and give you a part 2 or part something, another part, and I will now be talking about that. The first thing that I thought of when I had the idea of doing this video is that when you become an adult, when you grow and just start being conscious of things, you realize that there are complicated family dynamics all around you, and complex family dynamics is just something you cannot really avoid. Like, it's just there. Those, and then, you know, when you're young, there are things that happen that you don't know about because you're a child and they just don't concern you. Because even if now your parents come and tell you, oh, this and that is going on, what are you going to do as a child? Things are not as black and white as they seem, and that there is just so much complexity anywhere. I'm really just keeping this extremely surface level because this statement applies to different people in different ways, and the complexity that you have noticed within your family, like, you know, when I say as you grow you realize that there are complex family dynamics, you know what that looks like to you and your family. Another thing I realized as an adult is that mirrors are expensive. Mirrors? Do you know the price of a mirror? And I'm not like a good mirror, because you can get those small ones that, yes, they show you your reflection, but do you know, like, a good mirror that's tall enough and wide enough, if it's like a rectangle one, or even the ones with an arc? Do you know how I wanted to buy a mirror last year? And that was the first time, like, I actually wanted to buy. I want this particular mirror for my room because, you know, I like the way it looks. I think it's gonna look nice in my room. I need a full-size mirror anyway. When I tell you, I had to think about that decision for like a week. I had to think about it. And I had to seek second opinions. I said, no, this can't be it. So I went to a different website. I'm like, guy, it's even more expensive on this website. So I went back to Amazon. I said, okay, Amazon, okay, fine. Whenever I want to buy a mirror, imagine I'll wait until there's a sale, because those things are actually, they're so costly. The other day I happened to find a sale that was going on at Walmart, not the actual store, but the app. So the online version of Walmart basically functions like Amazon, where there is there are so many vendors and just merchants selling different things. So I happened to find a very good deal. Like it was such a beautiful discount. I bought that mirror so quickly. So I guess the other thing is that as an adult you start to really appreciate what a sale is. You really appreciate a sale, especially if it's something that you've been wanting for a long time and it's expensive and they give you a beautiful, wonderful sale. There's no one that appreciates that more than an adult, man. Another adult shocker that I have been experiencing, or it's kind of just shocked me at every single stage that I've gotten to, you will find people that are not as mature as you would expect for that particular age group or for that particular stage of life. When I finished high school and I went into community college, I said, you know, high school, I'm expecting to find drama, just petty things in high school. So you go into community college and not too much going on. I do not expect people to have drama because this is college. We're supposed to be grown in college. When I now went to my 4-year university level, I was like, okay, this cannot be, like, people can't be immature here. How delusional of me to think that people aren't immature in college, in university, because I actually experienced some of the most immaturity I've ever experienced in my life. You interact with people at different stages of life and you see that not everyone is at the same level. Some people are just not there yet in terms of what you thought that level entailed in terms of maturity. And I guess that's just something you have to live with. You just need to see who is matching you and who's not, and then adjust yourself accordingly. This isn't an adult shocker, it's more of like an adult privilege, I guess. You have free will. As an adult, you have free will. And that's just one of the most beautiful things ever. Like, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, and no one is gonna check you. That could be a good thing and a bad thing, because you have free will to sleep in your bed all week, but then now when the bills come and you have no money to pay them, that's a bad thing. But something like going to buy a cake, a full cake, when it's not your birthday, that's a good thing. That's a good aspect of free will and using it in a good way. So realizing that I have free will, realizing that I don't need to wait for a special occasion to do something nice, to do something that I want. I can just do it whenever I want. An adulthood, I can't speak. An adult shocker that I'm experiencing is that adulthood is very largely a cycle of we should hang out and we should catch up. That never happened. If I tell you the number of times I've had a conversation with someone where it ends with, yeah, we should hang out, yeah, we should catch up, literally so many of them don't happen. And so many of them don't happen. And it's like, I don't know, it's just a thing, I guess. Like when someone tells me, oh, I had to check if my elbows are actually, thank God they're not, because I keep raising my arms. People are just busy. Others are, basically it's a bunch of reasons, right? People are busy. Some others are just not intentional about making that said hangout happen. Some people just forget, and if you're not in consistent communication, you might actually just forget, and then whether you follow up or not, it doesn't really matter if the cycle is we should hang out, but it never happens. And then this is tied to the next adulthood thing that I'm realizing, is that you have to learn how to let go of things when you realize that they're not working. That means if you have been trying to connect with someone, tying this to that last point, if you've been trying to connect with someone and you see that it doesn't work, you have to learn to be like, okay, it is what it is, and I will let it go. Because if it's not working out, it's not working out, and that's okay. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. Which ties into, yeah, it's for a reason. So, I mean, that's not really a shock, but it's just something that really becomes a reality when you become an adult, because you really just have to learn how to let go. Like, if you don't learn how to let go, you're going to be so frustrated in your life. you're going to be so frustrated, especially when it's just things constantly not working and you just keep holding on to those things. Another adulthood shocker that I couldn't even finish that sentence. Your mother was right. Your mother was always right when she told you that your family is forever and friends are temporary. Of course, there are those people that come into your life and they stay forever and ever and ever, and you become lifelong friends. But as you go through different stages of life and you're meeting new people and you're making new friends, a very, very, very big percentage of those people are not going to move with you to the next stage. And that's not to necessarily mean that there is bad blood or there is beef or there is what. Some people are just friends with you, or you are friends with them, or you're friends with each other because you're in the same spaces, you see them often, there's the proximity aspect of it. So you see someone frequently and it's like, okay, you just become friends and you get along and all that. And sometimes it's like when you move into different stages of your life and you are not seeing the same people anymore, a lot of them will just fade out. They will fade out. Like when you're going through those transitional moments where you're moving on to the next step, you will realize that a lot of those people are not going to be there. And again, it doesn't mean that there's anything bad. It's just like friends come and go. That's it. It's actually quite literally friends come and go. So when your mother told you, when my mother told me, she was so right. And I feel like I started to really realize that as I came to a close in my college university career. There's that African saying, proverb, that says that an old man can see so much farther sitting down than a young boy can see standing up. And I feel like that particular thing has manifested itself in my life through some of the things that my parents have told me. And in that moment, I don't see it because I'm like, well, that's not what's happening right now. And then later on, I'm like,
were you silent or were you silenced?
Whoa, how did you do that? Like, how did you do that? Coming to this particular realization comes with releasing people-pleasing tendencies. I have been a people-pleaser for a very long time, and I'm a recovering people-pleaser, if not fully recovered, because I think I have released a very, very high percentage of my people-pleasing tendencies. Like, the people-pleaser in me just always felt like I have to, like, I'm supposed to be here, so I'm gonna be here. Like, saying no to people was a problem. So me being in a place where I can comfortably say no and not feel bad about it means that I can prioritize better, because then I can tell you, no, I can't be there because I'm doing something. Oh my gosh, an adult shocker I had was that you have to pay for your car's registration every single year. Okay, I get it. It's a way to keep the system moving and for them to make revenue. But like, my car is in the system. I registered once. My car is in the system. Why are you making me prove to you that my car is still in the system? So you have it. So you double check. You ask me next year, is your car still in the system? Is your car still this? And I tell you yes. And then you move on. But capitalism. So I guess they have to make their money. I think those are just the ones that I thought of immediately when I thought of this topic. So I'm guessing that this is a bit of a quick video. And yeah. I also just became an adult, so I don't have that much to talk about. So with time, I will come back with more shockers because I know I will experience some. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. You can let me know what adult shockers you have experienced in your life. And yeah, look at my bio and find my links to my other social media platforms that you can connect with me on. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Have a good day, evening, night, afternoon, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.